Well, welcome back, everybody. This is Brother Mutant here. Today we're going to continue our journey on Pillars of Eternity to Deadfire. If you go off from our last episode, we just got our ships. We're getting ready to get into that. I wanted to show you something, though, before we actually get into the game. Not only do we have all this news, updates, and stuff here, basically new patches and stuff that are constantly being released. Beast of Winter Preview is coming up here August 2nd, real soon. Now, I'm nowhere near being able to access this content, I don't think. I mean, well, I take that back. I don't know what level you have to be to want to enjoy this new content, but it is new. You'll see a variety of people, like Cold Carnage. I'm sure we'll do probably a follow-up on this to see what he thinks about the new patch, the new DLC, I should say, excuse me. There's all kinds of stuff that are here, so by all means, check it out, see what they have here offered. There's different DLC packs, free stuff available, stuff that I've already downloaded, for instance, and you can follow them a variety of ways. The other reason, though, I wanted to start here instead of in the game is I want to show you something. For those of you that are interested in this game, but are worried about save files, something that I was concerned about because I wanted to try a different character out just to see if I liked a specific type of caster over the one that I have right now. I'm a paladin, remember, so I tried a straight up wizard, and it was I'll say transmuter, and they have separate folders or tabs, you should say, that basically this is the Watcher. That's what I called him. I just kept his name generic since everyone's always talking about me being Watcher anyway. Hey Watcher, hey Watcher, Watcher. So I figured I'd just leave the name as Watcher. So that's my wizard. And yes, I have progressed far enough to get to my boat on this one. I have not spoiled content for myself. Every time I get into a conversation with someone, I just like fast forward through it without trying to screw anything up. Just to progress the story along to get to the next fight scene, because I just want to test out my wizard. But they do separate it, which is my point here. So they do separate it out, so if you really want, you can have as many folders, I think, as you can handle over here for different character classes and stuff, and it won't mess up your saves. They won't overlap or save off of it, right? So different autosaves, right? Versus his different autosaves. So, again, we keep it straight, we keep it clear. So here's our Deadfire Archipelago. Let's load this one. This is the character you guys have been following me on. But let's actually get into my game. Now you would think you'd be able to cut through here, but apparently not. So you come around this way to snag up on stuff. And we got some medicinal supplies. Now remember, we are subpar right now. And the reason we are subpar is because we do not have enough crew for running our boat. Which actually, if I pop on that right there, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here's our crew. You see we're missing people. We don't have a cannoneer. We already have a deckhand. This guy's probably good at cannoneering, so we'll do like yay. Here's a boatswain. His job right now is helmsman. And he's okay at helmsman and a boatswain. That's okay. I don't think we have a boatswain position. Navigator, cook, surgeon. We have no surgeon. She's a cook slash deckhand. I'm here, of course. We don't have any other known sailors that we can drag over. Why the rest of my team is not part of this, I don't understand. Maybe they just don't contribute. I don't know. Seems weird that they don't contribute. What the heck is all these tabs here? Deckhand. Oh, I can do it by individual to see who's good at what. That's nice. So here's the boatswain. Here's a good, what, deckhand? There's this guy. And this one here. So it's easier for you to find them. So like, oh, I need a, like of the 20 or some people that you might be employing. Oh, I need a navigator. Well, we'll go down to the one that's navigator. Click that and you'll see which one has the little dot on their name to let you know who would be a good choice. That's kind of cool. Let's see. But again, yeah, I don't have enough people. So I literally need 1, 2, 3 more people at least. And I only have cannons, you see, on one side of my ship. On the, see, there's a port's left, starboard side. So when I'm facing targets, I need to make sure that I'm facing him, he's on my starboard side so I can unload on the jerk. If we are attacking, of course, which we're not going to want to do anytime soon because we are pretty weak. We are repairing the ship. And other than that, though, we're doing all right. Hull health is 60 of 50. I don't know how that's possible. Combat speed, sail health. So yeah, there's going to be more that we discover about this as we get there. but I want to swing around and get some people. Now I could stop at this shipwreck and potentially get some supplies or target practice on it, which helps because it levels up your crew. But I'm going to Port Maj. You just click on the town, it'll drive you to it. And we want to supply. Now, store, recruit crew members. There we go. Now here is the available crew members at this place. Notice how much it costs to hire them. Nothing, 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 nothing. 300. Yeah, there's a reason for that though. Give me a second. You have also daily wages to keep track of. So some people are worth 2, some people are only asking for 1. Not saying one's better than another, but you'll see that she's novice in 2 different things. 2 different things. She's a seasoned cook. That would be a good reason to bring her. Probably goes for morale, keeping the morale up. Good food, right? Everybody likes food. So that might be good to hire her. And I have the money to do so. Now notice how they have daily wages, daily food rations, and water. None of those seem to be any different, but the daily wages seem to change. And that seems to be based on how good they are at various skills, right? So she's a seasoned cook, so she costs more. He's good at 2 different things, a helmsman and a cannoneer. He's only novice at them, but he still has ability in them. That doesn't mean I can't make him like a surgeon or whatever, and he'll just learn on the job, but means he's going to suck at it for a while. But he costs more because he has 2 traits. She only has 1, so therefore she gets 1. She has 2, she has cost 2 a day. But again, we have the money. I'm going to probably take everybody, so I have the ability to just fill the whole damn ship with everyone I need. Plus we'll have extras. I don't mind extras. We'll go from there to see what we can do for stocking our ship up with supplies. Now we gotta keep our money close. What are these things? Achievements. Oh, okay. I guess that's the equivalent of a blessing is the achievement. Right on. If you guys want to redo your characters, you can retrain them. Now what that means, I'm not really sure because I don't want to do it. Costs a decent amount of money to do it. I'm assuming what it means is if you don't like certain skills, spells, abilities that you've picked in the past, you can retrain and relearn them from level 1 up. You don't get to pick a new class, I don't think. That'd be kind of game breaking to suddenly be a paladin and then suddenly be a wizard. So I think you still stay whatever you've picked, and your innate abilities at level 1 I think stay there too. It's just it resets you to level 1 and then you just build back up to level, in this case, 5. But again, we're not going to do that. Let's see, is there anything you'd like to purchase? Cannon shot. That'll cost 500. I don't need that many. Let's grab 20. That'll be 200. That's acceptable. Well, I do want water though. I don't want to ever run out of that. That's over here. 45 out of, I'm assuming 100. We have food, but we have more food we can drag there. You'll see that in a bit. I can't buy happiness, sadly. Repair supplies. We have 41 to 50, so we're okay actually on that. I do need some more medical supplies. Let's get in on 50. I think we can actually, yeah, just type it in here. Let's do another 20, so that's another 200. So between that and the water and everything, yeah, we're doing okay. Alright. Oh, and I can sell things, of course. Let's see if there's anything that I want to get rid of. Get rid of at least some of those. Let's get rid of all that. I don't need the wand, the large shield. I'll keep the mace. And I'll keep, there we go. Let's see. Stiletto I'm going to keep. Hunting bow I'll probably get rid of. Keep the arquebus. Get rid of the hatchet. Get rid of a couple of those daggers. Yeah, take that out of the pistol. Oh, I got a lot of swords. Okay. I'll keep the saber and the crossbow and the torches. Armor-wise, mail armor, breastplate, leather, robes, pet armor. Let's get rid of all the robes. Ooh, ring of minor different. Dumbass. Let's get rid of those. Keep the cape because capes look cool. Padded cap. Anything about those? Well, it might be a cool look. We might just look at it. Oh, Sigil of Pain War. So yeah, I need to make sure to slap that on a teammate. We got all these other wonderful things that we're keeping. Oh, ooh, these are drugs. Ripple Sponge. Plus Perception, Resolve, Intellect. 3 minutes of a fight. That's pretty huge. And there's a food that's water and stuff that we can actually drag into our ship's complement to feed their people. Tatter Notes. I don't want to sell any of these things. Flint and Tinder. Yeah, hammer. Sizzle. Yeah, never know when you're going to need those things. Here is our craftable stuff. Hence the Mortar and Pestle. So this will be basically how we make increased weapons and stuff, and potions of our own and stuff like that. And we have a obsidian colors that we got. Not bad. Alright, so we've decreased our cost by selling off all this stuff. I'm cool with that. Let's get out of here, shall we? Leave town by sea. Come on. Okay. Alright. Here's a boat. With our lighting on it. Alright, let's pause real quick and take a look at our journal. Sail the Fort Deadlight. And we're, of course, doing City of Nakataka. Lantern of Gone. Notice how it's 2 levels above us, so it's still tough. It's Joti's efforts. And we don't even really know where we're going for that, so that's just going to progress as we do stuff. The other path, or quest that we have here, is for Adair's friend we're looking for. We have no idea. Temple of Gone in Nakataka, so we're going to Nakataka anyway. Here's basic provision, skeleton crew. Let's take a look at this. Our 5 crew members for your ship. Yeah, so we've completed this one. Nice. Basic provisions. Purchase supplies for our ship. Crack some cannon shot, repair supplies, medicinal supplies. Nice. Again, that's just we're letting you know how to do stuff. Oh, from there though we have Veins of Aora. And I'm looking for, and Blow the Man Down is the one where we're sailing to the Fort Deadlight. That's where the bad guy was at. We might not go there right now. Yeah, it won't be easy. I got a feeling this is going to be a tough one. So we're probably going to sail a little bit. Let's just see where it takes us. Pause. And that's basically just, let's pause that to see that real quick. Working with Ingrid. Oh, I need to reassign people. Let's do that. Here we go. Yeah, she's injured, so she needs to be on the wait list. Alright, let's take a look at people here. Well, they stocked everybody in every position, didn't they? Alright, let's take a look. I need what? Deckhand. It's actually... Oh, boo. Okay. Navigator. Oh yeah, she's good at navigating. Okay, cool. He's a cannoneer slash helmsman. Unskilled surgeon. He's a cannoneer. What do we got for cannoneer? Slash deckhand. Good deckhand. Okay. She's good at just deckhand, so she stays there. Here's a surgeon. There you go. He's a good surgeon. And cannoneer, he's a good cannoneer, so that works out well. Cannoneer, okay. She's injured for 6 days. Cracked bone. And these are just extra people. So again, we've got a surgeon and a deckhand. And like a failsafe, I guess. We also have a cook. Oh wait, there's a good cook. You're gonna be resting, buddy boy. These are various upgrades for our ships. Standard anchor, standard lantern, standard helm, type of hull that we have, the type of sails that we have, as well as the colors that we're flying, the Watcher of Deerwood colors. I can change those if I'd like. Let's see what that is. Looks like we should be able to click on that without doing anything. Okay. But yeah, I have pretty much everyone where I want them to be. We have at least a reasonably skilled person in every position on the ship. That's not bad. Alright, back to it. Ooh, supplies. Repair supplies. Go around the long way through. an eye out. Ooh, there's a shrunken ship. We'll check that out here in a mo. But if you click on these little anchor spots, you'll go ashore, and then you can like pick up stuff, you know, like fresh fruit, perhaps water, other supplies. Yeah, there's some water. Okay, cool. You'd be surprised how often there's treasure just lounging around on a damn island. So, by all means, explore. Look, use some medicine up, and our daily wages cost us 20. We still got plenty of money. Don't even worry about that. They're cheap. Let's look at this tutorial here real quick. Known locations. Click on the known locations drop-down list that's over here to bring up a list of places you have discovered. You can also search for a location by name. Ships travel faster in deep water, slower in shallows. Okay. Basically, it's telling us to open this up, and we can pick like Nekataka, and literally, if you click it, it'll zoom you to the area. If you click this, you'll set course to that area, and you can just go basically autopilot. But we're not going to do that because we want to just explore a little today. Abandoned village. There's probably some free stuff over here. Let's check it out. This is the difference between deep sea versus shallow, by the way, is the color. Let's check out this village. The colonial outpost before you is silent as a crypt. Though its buildings appear to be in fine repair, you don't see a living soul among them. In the town square, you find a sign posted beside the remains of charred bodies. It warns of disease. But look, you take some time to search the abandoned village. 4 hours pass. 3 ripple sponge. Keep searching. 3 hours pass. 5 food that hasn't perished yet. We got palm stone. 13 of them. Nice. Keep searching. You continue looking in the village for anything you could use. 3 hours pass. More food. Got some rice. Search every corner, and that's it. And it's gone. Time to bail. Not bad. Now that was probably risky because we could have got diseases there. That's not cool. You still, again, see we have our injured crew members still being patched up, and we knew that was going to be several days before they were back in the good standing. Some more repair supplies. I'll take that. Medicinal supplies, I like that. There's Fort Deadlight. That was where we were actually headed to mess with that one guy. Ruined Tower. Ooh, there's a big nasty spot. Core River Delta. Lighted Ball. Yeah, these are areas that we're not supposed to go to yet because it's above our pay grade, so to speak. I don't mean we can't scope out the area just to check it out, right? We have to be careful we don't run across another pirate ship, though. We are not really in a good place to fight. I mean, we have to cut our teeth at some point, but I'd rather do it when our team's fully healed up, you know what I mean? I don't like that. I have a... Oh, there's our edge of the map. Here, let's pause it. Pop open that map. This is a pretty big area. So, as you can imagine, there's Dunmage, Nekataka, and probably more. It probably expands as we cruise the area. But definitely a big area. Low rations. Oh, okay, here's our food's getting low. You replenish the resources by finding or purchasing them. Press the ship button down here to manage your ship. Restock your food and drink by purchasing those supplies and place them in the appropriate queue. Provisions are always consumed from left to right. So if it's on the left, this will be the first ones they use, and then they'll get into the other stuff. So if you want to, here, let's open the ship and do what they were saying. Here is our ability to drag and drop, so to speak. We only have a little bit of lager, or grog, or wine. It's cannons, flags, hull, sails, food and drink. Just to shrink it down, make it easier on ourselves. Fresh fruit, though. We'll give them some fresh fruit. We have more hardtack, so we might as well just give that to them. Hardtack sucks, and they don't usually like it. So let's actually swap it around like yay. Matter of fact, can we do, how do you do amount? I guess you can't. Okay, we'll give them fruit. He'll increase ship morale. Ship morale goes down with this one. We need water, and I know I picked up some water, so there we go. Alright. And I think we'll keep everything else ourselves. Because these could come in handy. That extra constitution bump could be useful for us in a fight. We need these to feed our team when we're resting. So you don't want to give them everything. And there is some good stuff here that you'd really want to keep for yourself too. Here's a good example. Mariner's Porridge. +2 Constitution, +1 Might. There's no negative to feed your people with that. Your team, excuse me. Notice how the crew morale is huge. Rice is neutral, but the effects on your individual teammates, if you use it for your food sources, they take 10% less damage. That's kind of nice. Merc berries, +2 perception. So again, you can see that there's a variety of ways to feed your team, and you want to make sure you're using good ones for yourself. Well, it has a +10 fortitude. Good lord, that's a nice bump. So again, if you know you're encountering a specific fight and you can't get through it, think about buffing up with the appropriate food. The other option would be drugs. I hate to say it that way, but there's drugs in this game, and the drugs can be used to buff various things. Just like the food items here can either rest. They don't last as long, obviously, but you use those drugs to like buff up your might or whatever, so you're doing more damage the way it woke up on a bad guy short term, or if you need like a skill check which is cues off of, let's say, your intelligence, you can bump up your intelligence and make sure that you have more likely to meet that check. So don't discount the fact that you can have better interactions using these items. But this will get everybody happy. We have plenty of water now for cruise around some more. We're giving them some good food so that hopefully that the morale goes up now, because I don't like their morale being low. And there is a chance for a mutiny in this game, by the way. I have yet to see it. I have yet to even see anyone on the LP that's done it, that has seen it. So I'm assuming everyone just does like me and does their best to just keep them happy. It's better to have a happy team. What we got over here? Another island. Get away, get away, get away, get away, get away. Wow. I thought for sure he was catching us. Apparently we're faster. Whoa! Apparently we're faster in the open sea than most of them. But if you're caught in the shallows, that could end up, boy. You can hear a knock at your door at your quarters. Continue. Alright, what's the crew got to say now? You're not long at sea when Chichipek appears at your door, wiping away sweat with a rag. Begging your pardon, Captain. We've been at sea a while now, but you've not been in a state fit for speaking for most of it. The sailor glances over his shoulder, then back to you. If this crew is going to be taking your orders, you might want to make a proper introduction. Let everyone know what you're about. Are you saying you got something to worry about? No. Basically, he's letting us know that we've hired all these people. They have no idea what we're doing. So we could just ignore them. We could ask if there's a problem. Notice how Jyoti's been hurt. She has serious burns. So she has a burn armor rating that's lower, and so your dexterity's low. That'll heal on a rest, so we'll just make sure to do that next time we fight. But let's gather and address the crew. Chittipek calls the crew together on deck. A small group of sailors hang languidly from the rigging, perch on crates, and sit against the rails. Their eyes turn to you as you stride onto the deck. Now, I'm not a Rawatai / mercenary, and I'm not from the Deadfire archipelago, so I can't use those two options. So I can give out any of these other choices, 2, 3, 5, or 6. Let's see what they look like. Yeah, that's going to scare the hell out of them. This one sounds like an insult. This one sounds like we're basically going to be pirates, which is fine, we kind of are. But I'm probably going to go with 2. Welcome aboard the Defiant, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Athena, your captain. Glad to have you, Captain. I have no idea how you pronounce that. Ikiwik cries, listening nods from several other crew members. Hema smiles at you from above, crossed arms, and Eld Ingram claps lightly. That's the drunken guy we like him. Oh, I don't want to do that because you never know, I might actually do that. I don't want to do that either. That's impressive. I like that. Yeah, we're not doing that. Okay, let's. This ship isn't boards and sails. It's all of you. I'll give you everything I've got as captain. I expect the same from you. Aye, Captain. Yakuk cheers, sparking chuckles. Chittipek claps, and the rest of the crew join in, smiling and nodding. Ooh, we got morale. Aloft tenses fingers and smiles. Nice. That's the morale. Little Luca steps forward. That's the little, what do they call those characters? Big blue fuzzy ones, like this guy here. Like Seraphim. Pardon me asking, Captain, but what exactly is this ship's mission in the Deadfire? That's a good question. I'm not here to answer your questions. Get your asses back to... No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that might scare him. Aethys leaves a trail of destruction and despair in his wake. It's up to us to set things right. You know, we're basically on a peaceful mission to basically fix his screw-ups. She crosses her arms. I am not about to go against my god. But it can't hurt to alleviate any suffering that inadvertently results from his mission. Yeah, there you go. That's what we're doing. Elda Ingram whispers a prayer, but nods all the same. +1 morale. Chitapek steps forward. Good work done well and coin fairly earned. Ikuik cheers, and the other makes a smile and nod. +1 morale. The crew split up, returning their duties as the ship, your ship, sails on, slicing through the bright blue waters of the Deadfire. Well, alright. Sounds like we did a good job. And morale's up a little bit. Gotta love that. Ooh. Merchant meeting place, perhaps? Treasure? Burial sites? Okay. And morale is going down. Oh, because they're drinking nothing but water. Yeah, boo. Big belly achers. Good glass of water. Good for you. Alright, anyway. Ooh, get that treasure. Solutions. I need those. Meryl the Mad. Oh, these must be pirates that we're trying to get. Well, this game has a lot of bounties, from what I understand. Bounties will allow you to literally make a ton of money. You have to earn the bounties by taking out the pirates. Basically, I think you bring them their severed head, which is super creepy and gross. But whatever, it's the job. But yeah, I think that's what they're basically hinting to there. Mariel the Mad is probably one of those guys. Well, this is where we started. Wow, there's an island right next to where we crashed. Yeah, we're not going there though. Alrighty. This might be a slightly longer video than I anticipated. I was going to do only a half an hour, but I'm having so much fun sailing the seas here that I'm probably making it a little longer. Plus, this is kind of boring, I'm sure, for you guys, just to watch me cruise around and unlock the areas of the map. I enjoy it. I find it relaxing. But, looks like the race fire looks beautiful enough to welcome trade. It looks like we have a dock here. Nah, I don't want to do that, though. I'm looking for fights, and I'm looking for treasure, and I'm looking for... Oh, we should probably actually head to Nekataka. The sooner we start unlocking the main quest, the sooner we'll be happy. And that's how we're going to progress our characters. Anyway, fresh fruit eaten. Yeah, basically they're at a standalone. The water's going down because drinking water. Their morale's going down, but they're going up because they're eating fresh fruit daily. You hear two crew members arguing on the deck. A fight? An argument from the deck pulls your attention away from the gentle rocking of the ship and the smooth expanse of blue on the horizon. Half of those fish were floating belly up, cries Aura the Mad. Better we throw out the whole catch than end up with a rot-bellied crew. They looked alive enough when we hauled them out, little Luca retorts, gesturing finally at the pile of fish on the deck. Fish die when you pull them out of the water. That's what fish do. Oh. If we were starving on food, we'd have no choice. We'd probably just do this. The fish go back in the sea. I won't risk the crew's health. But since we have alchemy and survival skills, we're allowed to check the fish for signs of disease. Let's judge the fitness of the catch. Who's best for that? She is, really. She's alchemy / survival. So let's have her do it. Success. Several of the fish display discolored scales and bloated bellies, clear signs of disease. It's possible their meat could sicken the crew. See? Or the mad-ass little Luca scowling. Are you trying to give us all the squatting splatters? Shitting through a screen, buddy. That's not good, little Luca. Purge of toxins. Requirement not met. Oh, that's got to be a spell. Oh, that'd be a useful spell. And we don't have Ranger. so we can't meet that requirement. Rangers probably have a way to cure it. We're in no position to remove away food. Now, let's just go back to the sea. I won't risk the crew's health. The wisest course, Captain, or the mad nods happily. The two hands dump the barrel overboard, returning the fish to the sea. And sorry, little Luca. I'm gonna land. Oops. Oh, it's the game
The
pause.
ring of a bell comes to you on a cold wind.
Oh, balls. It's gonna be one of those.
The ring comes again and again, until soon the air is full with the sound of 1,000 bells ringing all at once. You feel a resonance in your core, a bell ringing in tune with all the others. Something in you bends, then breaks. And you are borne away on the ringing tide, just another peal among the many. The tide of bells recedes. You lever yourself up onto your knees and realize you have been here before. You stand in Bareth's realm.
Am I dead again?
You are alone.
Great.
And then you are not.
What the hell is this shit?
An indistinct figure stands before you, flickering between forms like a fire-cast shadow. A fixed, taunting grin. Bottomless black eyes. A yawning chasm in the earth. The aspects of Bareth, the Usher and the Pallid Knight, shift in and out of focus.
That's her. I remember her from the beginning of the game. These must be the other gods. So Aethys isn't here. These must be the gods that basically hired me.
4 indistinct shades hover. You feel an eternity stretch out behind each of them, reaching back to places so distant and yet so near you cannot comprehend their size. The shifting image of Bareth settles on the aspect of the Pallid Knight.
Yeah, that's her, Pallid Knight. Basically, she's the kind of one of the physical representations of the god Bareth, if that makes sense. Like a avatar, so to speak.
Her voice is the discordant clangor of gongs struck out of time.
I tasked you to discover Aethys's intentions. Tell me what you have learned.
He's stomping around the Deadfire, yanking up souls like a giant Audra soul magnet.
The Pallid Knight knits her brows.
He does not seek to return to the Beyond? Intriguing.
And he don't want to hang out with you guys. You guys were mean to him last time, that's what I was told.
Her sickly pale skin pulls tight across the bones of her face, as if the shell of this aspect does not quite fit the impossible creature it contains.
Gross.
The figure nearest Bareth dissolves and reforms in the image of a thin-lipped, ancient crone whose face has felt the melting kiss of fire.
Ew.
The goddess Wodica strides forward.
Goddess of justice, law, oaths, promises, rulership, vengeance, memory, and hierarchies. Depicted as an old noblewoman bearing a broken crown upon her head, said to have been once ruled over the other gods, but has since been overthrown. Oh, she's pissy.
Does Aethys frighten you, Bareth? He should. Magran subdued Aethys' influence once before, and yet he returned.
Yeah, that's creepy. Goddess of war, fire, transformation, purification, consumption, and trials. Patron goddess of the Deerwood. Fuck to have blessed the Godhammer bomb that destroyed Waidwin and possibly Aethys. Oh, this must have been in Pillars, the first one, right?
From out of Wodica's shadow shuffles a hunched, bald man you recognize as the god Scan. His skin is mapped with swollen lash scars, and breath whistles through the ragged hole in his face, where his nose once was.
Yeah, this is the charming god of torture and suffering, right? Yeah, God sucks. God defiance, violent rebellion, secret hatred, covert plots, resentment, and envy, frequently pictured as a disfigured and scarred slave, and worshipped most often by the subjugated and the destitute. Basically, this dude sucks. He's not happy.
He does not speak, but stares up at Wodika, with naked loathing plain on his ruined face.
He has like his ears hacked off. He's had his nose cut off. I don't think he has lips. He's been whipped to no end. This guy basically just is all about suffering.
Wodika steeples her long, knob-jointed fingers.
We must annihilate Aethys now, before he makes a rash decision we cannot easily annul.
She casts a sly look at the pallid knight from the corner of her eyes. Yeah, I don't trust her though, because remember, she used to rule the gods, and now she's not. So she might be scared that Aethys is planning on ruling the gods. Maybe that's the thing. He's basically... well, it's too early to decide what he is. She's just trying to figure all this out. So she's the one that, of all these so far, she's the one that I basically trust.
A moon would do the job nicely.
She's gonna hurl the moon at him? If you think it's a pro solution, yeah, giving her the moon. Yeah, there we go. Given her relationship with the moon, I doubt Andra would approve of that plan. Andra is the goddess of oceans, forgotten things, loss, relentlessness, and mourning. Said to have once fallen in love with the moon and to have tried to draw it near with catastrophic consequences. People bring tokens to her temple of the things they wish to forget, and her clergy sees the tokens cast into the sea. Yeah, that's the one we're going with.
Wodika throws her head back and laughs. The sound is a dry, rasping bark.
Andra could do with a new act. Her current one has grown rather stale.
Where are the other gods?
They see to their own affairs. You will speak to them in time, should you have the need.
Cool.
The figure beside the aspect of Bareth flows forward in a swirling cloud of ash.
It's gonna be this one. This has gotta be the fire god, right?
The ash falls to the tiles and reveals a molten-skinned woman, leaning on a monstrous, wicked-edged broadsword. Magran's glowing lips curl in disdain.
We must find a solution to the problem of Aethys that is neither do nothing, nor destroy the world.
And Magran is the goddess of war, fire, transformation, purification, consumption, and trials. Patron goddess of the Deerwood. Thought to have blessed the god hammer. Yeah, that's this guy. Or woman. Goddess. Sorry. Don't smite me. I'm just a lowly peasant.
I acted in haste during the Saints' War. You will not goad me into doing the same now.
Thenor began as a peasant revolt in Red Saris, led by a farmer named Waidwin, who claimed to be the living vessel of the god Aethys. After overthrowing the raid Saran government, Waidwin invaded the neighboring Deerwood, where he was defeated. Destroyed by a weapon dubbed the Godhammer Bomb. Aethys has not been heard from since. Okay, so that must have been, yeah, last mission, or game.
To move against him while his plans are unknown would be the height of foolishness. We must find wisdom in precaution.
What kind of precautions do you suggest?
Magran looks at you as one might a wayward gob of spit on one's shoe.
Bite me, bitch.
It is no business of yours what the gods decide.
It is to my business. You got me fucking running all over the goddamn area. Anyway.
Another of the silent figures steps forward, and the warm, golden light of a summer's afternoon spills across your face.
She's all about birdies, I see. Holy crap.
Let's all take a deep, calming breath. Perhaps cooler heads will prevail.
Behind Helia's words, you hear the soft coo of doves.
So this is Helia, huh? What's Helia's deal? Goddess of the sky, maternity, creativity, birds, song, invention, language, and the arts. Not known to take a particular physical form, but thought to be present in birds of all kinds. Yeah, I kind of dig her. These are the two that I like so far. You guys can suck it. Well, maybe not you, but you're definitely on the bad side.
Aethys has been separated from us for too long. Isn't it possible he intends only to gather enough souls to reclaim his realm in the beyond? He should be welcomed.
Okay, let's read that again here. Isn't it possible he intends only to gather enough souls to reclaim his realm in the beyond? He needs souls to come back? Oh.
You look up then into avian eyes. Through them, you see clouds of starlings converge and divide.
What if he intends to betray you?
Helia puts a feathered hand to her chest.
He wouldn't. Betrayal is not in his nature.
He's the god of rebirth, though, right? Maybe this is his new nature.
Scan shuffles forward.
Yes, yes. We should welcome Aethys's return to the fold. His gratitude we can leverage to cajole him into divulging his plot.
Okay, this dude just smacks of freaking evil. Okay, they had to have made him to remind you of Voldemort. I mean, he's just weird.
Then, when he believes himself to be in our good graces, we do as Wedeka suggests, and crush him into the earth.
Scan pauses, inspecting you.
Well, this is because I had to pick a specific path. For those of you that have done Pillars of Eternity and poured your game, this may be different for you guys. So Scan is basically got to define it as this guy. He don't like me. So I must have pissed him off.
Ah, and here is the Watcher who killed Lord Harren, the man who tormented his dear niece, Alice. Curious.
I did that. I totally did that. Sure.
Scan licks the ragged edge of his lipless mouth and grins, then turns to Helia.
That's gross.
I did not expect such a deliciously ruthless idea from you, Helia. I am impressed.
This is Helia.
Helia's feathered crest stands on end.
You wretched little creature.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell gods what to do, but I do want to tell them that this could be a bad idea. Attempting to end Aethys may only make things worse.
Your point is well made, little Watcher. If self-evident, Aethys has not been known to possess a vindictive nature. Indeed, he has occasionally been magnanimous to a fault.
Jealous much?
However, if we push him to the brink of reason, there is no telling what he may do. He is, as ever, unpredictable.
Something akin to fondness creeps into her voice.
Oh, gee, Mr. Tim. What's the point of this exercise?
The pallid knight gestures for silence.
Aethys cannot be killed, but he may be subdued. Yet to do so will take immense power and time.
You have to marshal your strength then, guys, if you really want to take this dude out.
Both stand in his favor.
Magran grits her black glass teeth.
That is why we must ascertain his plans before he has the chance to put them into motion.
She begins to pace. Her steps leave little trails of fire in her wake. Magran stops and balls her hands into flaming fists.
Even if we manage to destroy his current form, there is the possibility he could return, if he has not already absorbed all of his children.
What the hell does that mean? So you talking about the souls? Absorb his children, I don't understand.
The pallid knight casts a cold, cutting glare in Magran's direction.
Ooh, she mad at you. You told me too much. I'm gonna write that shit down.
Magran speaks too freely. That knowledge is beyond your ken, Watcher.
He is not.
Wodika waves the gods to silence.
Aethys gathers strength. His strength is a threat to us.
Or a threat to you, maybe.
Her voice takes on a sharp, almost panicked edge.
There is no sensible answer to the question of a resurgent Aethys other than decisive, final action.
There's no cause to act now.
Your opinion is unasked for, but noted.
The pallid knight says.
We will act when it is appropriate to do so, and not before.
Good.
The pallid knight steps away from the half-circle of assembled gods. She pulls herself up to a great height. The words she speaks next come not from her mouth, but from all around you.
Follow him, Watcher.
The black of the pallid night's irises expand until her eyes are as dark and cold as the void between stars. She bends down and brings her ghostly face level with your own.
Your debt to me remains unpaid.
I'll do what I can.
She stares at you, unblinking. Like a needle drawn to a magnet, you are pulled toward her one compulsory step at a time.
Just going to bite me.
Helpless to resist, you tumble into her impossible eyes.
Yeah.
You fall wildly, endlessly, unable to find your bearings or slow your spin. And in the distance, above, no, behind you, comes an insistent ringing. You angle yourself toward it, searching for the sound. A small silver bell appears just inches from your fingertips. You reach for it, straining to still its interminable ringing. The moment you touch it, your soul slams into your body with all the force of a fall from the top of the sky. You blink open your eyes and find yourself on the floor of your ship's cabin. Alone.
Damn. Hanging with the gods suck. Well, alright. Well, we met 5 of them now, huh? Not counting Aethys. Oh, this is rough. Alright, let's think here. How are we going to handle this? Well, they clearly want us to still investigate further. Embark. View it. On the deck of your ship, you can select that icon to assess the world map. Oh, so basically we're in our ship now. Oh, hey, we got stuff here. What do we got in my ship? Got Vela, and I got a little map.
I'll take care of it.
We got here, letter from Afra. Athena, I hope this letter finds you in good health. It has been many summers now since you first arrived in Gilded Vale. Much has changed in those years for both of us. I do not know if you remember me, but the day you came to my door is not one I will forget. For months afterwards, I wrestled with my faith and my fear, and still the gods have blessed me with a son. He is healthy and strong. Well, healthy. It's cute. Healthy and strong, and already so curious. All of Gilded Vale dotes upon him. I have told him of you. He asks constantly after the Watcher who restored his spirit, and hopes one day to meet you. Until then, know that we keep you in our prayers. Your most grateful servant, Afra. Basically, this was from Pillars of Eternity, the first one. Remember, we cured the Hollowborn, is the idea. And the Hollowborn were basically children that were born without a soul. They're just lounging around, kind of doing nothing. And we reinstilled their souls, basically slapped them back into their body, or something like that. Cool. Totally taking it. And what's inside the... Take all. Got brown cape, post minor healing, a pry bar, fragments of blade of the endless path, fragments of whispers of Yenwood. Oh, we're looking at that. Despite being utterly destroyed with the devastation of Kadnua, the sword known as the Whispers of Yenwood has once again found its way into the possession of the keep's road warden, albeit in pieces. It would take a smith of some talent to reforge the weapon. With the right materials, however, perhaps the sword could become even greater than it once was. What about this one? The mythic blade of the catacombs of Kadnua was destroyed when Aethys emerged from beneath the keep. The shards are no longer of use to anyone unless they could be reforged. This weapon may be fated to become even more than it was. Sounds like we want those. Alright, let's talk to Vela. We should kept the crew as shape as the Defiant. Okay. Cool. That was upstairs, I guess.
How may I be of service, my lady?
There's our steward. What should I do next?
I suggest we proceed to Nekataka, my lady. It is the largest city in Deadfire, and we shall be better able to get our bearings there.
Sounds like a plan.
With
Here's
every
Jyoti.
soul, my lantern's getting heavier and heavier in my hand.
How are you feeling? Have you suffered any recent nightmares?
They're there in my head when I sleep. And sometimes I can taste them on the back of my tongue like a smear of grit. Happens when I take in a particularly volatile soul.
Ew. Don't worry, we'll figure something out.
Will we? Ought we? I just don't know.
Pinching the bridge of her nose with her dirty fingers, Jyoti sighs.
I trust you, Watcher. I swear I do. I worry sometimes about what's gonna happen to me. But, well, it's not like I can turn my back on my duty to my god, even if it kills me.
Aloth tenses his fingers and smiles. He's not smiling because he's gonna kill her. He's smiling, I'm sure, because she's performing her duty.
Tell me what's on your mind?
What's your thoughts on Aethys?
We talking during the Saints' War, or after he died?
I think we've had this conversation before. No.
Then you mean gone. Sure, maybe my god still answers to Aethys as well. Why not? But Aethys died, and death requires change. He ain't what he was. Not in exactly the same way. That's why I think his other aspect, his darkness in the light, is what's burning brighter in him now.
That's not good.
No need to fiddle-foot around. Sure thing,
Yes.
Watcher.
Yeah, we're done with that. Alright, who's this guy? We can't talk to him or her. Maybe we can. Okay. Need something, Captain? No, I'm just trying. How about you? The mariner salutes. Gods, I need a drink. Let's take a look. Is there anything out here that we can grab onto? We got Venizi, Loth, and Adair. Let's talk to each of them. 4 hours sleep at a go. Kill me now. What about you, Loth?
I can't believe you killed them. Vanessa and the others.
He shakes his head coldly. Oh, this is the people that we let die. It was an accident, dude. Freaking dragon came out of nowhere and, like, set everything on fire, bro. You were there. You saw the whole thing.
For the last 5 years, I've been working to stop excesses like this.
He clenches a fist. The faint traces of a smile forms on Adair's lips. I'm sorry things got out of hand.
I beg your pardon. Things once got out of hand when Isilmir found a bottle of cassava liquor and recalled the lyrics to the Licorice Lass of Colklin.
Okay. He falls silent, fury and grief warring on his face.
I've no wish to linger on this. I just hope this doesn't continue. Especially if we're to be traveling together.
He's pissed. Slow down, I don't remember how we know each other. His expression softens.
Ah, the steward told me about your incident at Cadnua.
He cocks his head and gives you a searching look.
Aethys took a piece of your soul. I suppose it's only natural to lose a few memories along with it. You and I met in Gilded Vale, shortly after your arrival in Deerwood and in the midst of my run-in with the locals.
He gives you a tight, uncomfortable smile. Go on.
I was with you as you sought Theos and answers regarding your awakening.
He clasps his hands and takes a deep breath.
And you helped me come to terms with mine. Thanks to you, I learned to assert myself over Isilmir. She hasn't troubled me since.
Past iteration of Aloth Corficer's soul, Isilmir was a brash, Hyle-speaking elven woman who lived in Adair long ago. She awakened in a lost soul after his father attacked him and frequently got him into trouble with her cheeky comments and aggressive behavior. Oh, so he had a double personality, kind of. Apparently we helped purge that. I'm glad you're doing better.
Back to our journey across the Deerwood.
He clears his throat.
We pursued Theos and discovered the leaden key at the center of Widewind's legacy.
He frowns, and a deep crease appears between his eyebrows.
And, more importantly, a millennia-old conspiracy to conceal the true origins of the gods.
And at least we ended the Hollowborn Scourge. I wish we could have restored all the children of the Deerwood.
So do I.
The furrow between his brows deepened.
After we parted, I set out to destroy the leaden key.
Adair seems pleased.
It's controlled us for too long. I wanted to free Kith from it. So for 5 years, I've been tracking down leaden key circles, searching for the places where they operate in secret.
He knits his brows. Jyoti nibbles on her lips to hide a spreading smile.
Trying to undo them.
And how long has that been going?
The task has been more difficult than I anticipated.
Listen.
I don't think I fully understood the weight of the decisions I would have to make. Or the burden of living with them. It was much easier when I only had to follow someone else's lead. My father's, Theos's, yours.
He glances at you out of the corner of his eye. Easy, sure. I led you right into the prison of the gods.
What matters is that you got us out again.
He laces his fingers together, a familiar look of anxiety working its way over his face.
After we defeated Theos, I thought the hard part of undoing his work would be tracking down the Leaden Key's members and operations.
Maybe he had an address book. Too bad you burned his robes. He gives you an appreciative smile, but his mind is clearly elsewhere. Adair gives a nod and a wink. Joti's eyes gleam with a dark amusement. Apparently he set someone on fire. Nice, dude.
Perhaps this would be easier with an example.
Okay.
I went to a village in Old Valia, a run-down backwater of a place. Centuries ago, the Leaden Key had intervened to end some heretical cult. The details were lost, but what had endured was a practice of ritual bloodletting. A gruesome, pointless tradition.
He grimaces.
At every full moon, the villagers would feed the soil with their blood. No one, young or old, sick or hale, was exempt.
You helped them, right?
That's where it gets complicated.
He frowned at his interlaced fingers.
The village priest administered the practice. Grim old fellow. Reminded me of Theos.
He raises an eyebrow at you.
He was a tyrant. I was certain that if the villagers were free of his influence, they'd be free from the bloodletting too.
Oh, I don't like where this is going.
So I arranged for him to have an accident.
He gives you a sly look. Joti flicks her sickle back and forth, agitated. She don't seem to like this part. And then?
The old man died, and the villagers were terrified. They were convinced his death was an ill omen. They blamed it, and every other mishap that befell them, on their lack of faith.
Oh, I don't like where this is going for sure.
So they began bloodletting every week, turning on their neighbors for giving too little.
His lips twist as if the words themselves have a bitter taste.
Instead of a handful dying each year, a few perished every week.
Oh, man. He's worked the edge of his sash into a tight knot. He clenches it between pale, rigid fingers. Yeah, he didn't do the right thing, though. Just because you thought it was the right thing, you killed somebody, buddy. The accident, quote-unquote, was not good. I don't agree with this part, though. If you barely understood this ritual, how did you expect to stop it? No. It is his fault. Sorry. It is his fault. He didn't know it could happen, but it is his fault. No. And now you feel responsible, is that it?
I had to do something, didn't I?
He turns to you with wide, anguished eyes. He pauses again, untwisting the sash in his lap.
I keep wondering what I might have done differently, or how I could have known better.
That's not true. I don't want to bring him down even more, though. Learning from mistakes like this is a good start.
I suppose so. I should get some rest. It's been a long day, and you've given me a lot to think about.
We'll talk more later then. Let him get some rest. What about you, Adair?
Hey, this brings back some memories, huh?
How do you like Deadfire?
The air's different. Especially compared to Gilded Vale, where there's more livestock than shovels. Sounds different, too. You wake up to all those bird calls, it really does sound like they're making music.
Oh, he's an animal lover, this guy.
If the birds woke you in Gilded Vale, it was usually a couple crows making the most horrible mating noises you ever heard. Strange thing is, I still get this feeling in me, like I wish I was home.
What are your thoughts on Aethys at the moment?
I want the destruction to stop. I want him to finish what he's doing and then go in peace. Only I don't see it playing out that way.
Yeah, let's get moving. Alright, yeah.
I
Everyone's
must
down.
say, our adventures together have been a welcome change of pace.
Aloth approaches you looking more at ease than you've seen him in a while. Thanks, Aloth. I appreciate your company, too.
When we first met in the Deerwood, you were struggling for your sanity. Now you're fighting for your soul.
He pauses.
I can't imagine the weight of that burden. And yet you've borne it, and more remarkably.
You seem to be holding up pretty well yourself.
I'm glad it appears so, though I'm hardly in the same position as you.
He gives you an almost pitying smile.
The gods have sent you after Aethys, and every power of note in Deadfire has their own plans for you.
He tilts his head.
That puts you in a position of incredible influence. I've known you to be a person of rare kindness.
He gives you a warm smile.
Still, I'm pleased to see that you don't take your responsibilities lightly.
Circumstances put me in a position to help others.
If only more people thought as you do.
He sighs.
I hope you'll remember this in the days to come.
Gives you a thoughtful nod. I think he likes me. Thanks, buddy. Alright, let's get upstairs. What we got up here? Alright, so we have a navigator. The galley on this tub ain't half bad. You like the food, huh? Why don't you, buddy?
Agrasima, Casita, for taking me on.
You're welcome, buddy. 4 hours sleep to go. Kill me now, you poor bastard. Is there anything up here that we can touch? Hidden items, of course. Well, there's Seraphim.
Ahoy, Captain. Truth be told, Ferrante half expect us to get our asses blown out of the water at Fort Deadlight. Fortunately for you, I have this bad habit of beating the odds. Of course, I do that by way of good old traditional chicanery. And the most important part of any Hornswoggle? Solid planning. Well, that and surviving.
We'll talk to him
later.
On the next one.
Sure. No hurry here to ship off back to the gentlemen of leisure.
His left ear twitches in dialogue. He don't like it back to his old crew. We'll talk to him about it later. I want to actually cut the video here, though. My name's brothermutant. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.